So the thing that they've been burning people alive for more than a couple of thousand years in public and genocide, the knowledge that was stolen and hidden, vandalized, and perverted, and the things that somebody didn't want mankind to know and have available, I want to tell you about a couple of those things right now. And in fact, one of the most effective and fundamental, practical parts of that is alchemy. And it's the mental transmutation of attitudes. Okay? Hermetic alchemy, Hermetic Rosacrucian alchemy, is the most effective way to raise an individual's vibration, and actually, I believe, the most effective way for any kind of healing and just a happy, healthy lifestyle, and and being happy and resolving resentments, shame, anger, guilt, hurt, expectations, all this stuff. So the way that it works, alchemy, you can read about it in a very practical and small book named The Kabbalion, written by the three initiates. So it explains the 7 Hermetic principles of truth. One of them is the law of polarity. Okay, so the law of polarity is like opposites. You have hot and cold. You have light and dark, up and down, good and bad, duality, polarity, right? Well, the thing is, with polar opposites, they seem like opposites, but they vary in degree, but actually not in type. They're always the same exact thing, actually. So they vary in degree, but not in type. And they're always relative to the individual's perspective. They're always relative to our individual perception. That's why nothing is good and nothing is bad. It's just when we perceive something, we say it's good or we say it's bad. So that's why it's relative to the individual. So when we see something, we say that's bad or that's good. It's not actually good or bad, because somebody who sees it from a different perspective and a different point of view, the things that we say are good, someone else can say is bad, and vice versa. So they're always relative. It's the observer effect, because things have infinite potentials until they are observed. Okay? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And things have infinite potentials until they're observed. So it's when we observe things, we solidify them, actually. And we say that we perceive them to be good or bad. It's hot or cold. There's no exact temperature. There's no exact figure when they switch. They're always relative to the individual. You say it's hot or you say it's cold. But someone else can disagree. It's always individual. It's relative. So they vary in degree, but not in type. Okay? They're actually the same exact thing, right? So when we learn that we can change our perspective, we can change our point of view, and the things that we have perceived as bad, we can change the way that we look at them, and we can turn obstacles into opportunities. We can turn bad things into not bad things. In fact, we can turn darkness into light. We can turn bad things into good things just by changing the way that we see them, by changing our perspective, by becoming more aware and aware of new information, right? And that's one of the most effective ways to raise an individual's vibration. I say that, but that means healing from any kind and all kinds of ailments, and just happiness and ascension and awakening, right? Because things have infinite potentials until they're observed. So things also exist in superposition. So just because, okay, so if you say the world is flat and I say the world is a sphere, it actually exists in both states. You understand? It actually exists in both states for a matter of of one reality. Superposition. It's Schrodinger's cat in quantum physics. All these things correlate, right? There is an all-perfect gnosis, okay? So everything in the universe exists in a constant state of becoming. Entropy always increases. Everything is constantly changing. Everything exists in a constant state of becoming, okay? And entropy always increases. But so energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's recycled. So everything in the universe is constantly changing, but the truth is eternal and never changes. If the truth ever changed, then it would no longer be the truth. And so that's how, in Scripture, everything in the universe is Maya, an illusion. Okay? So when we change the way that we look at something, we can change what's bad and good. It's because we say it's good or bad. And that's why individuals have free will. That's why evil exists, actually, for man on the earth. If God is all-powerful and created all things, why doesn't he destroy evil? Evil exists on the earth with man so that we have free will. We have the opportunity to venerate what is good. We have the opportunity to choose virtue over vice. That's what inspired the rebellion in heaven, the Lucifer morning star, that Michael cast out of heaven, cast onto earth with man. It's because they were created always to worship. They didn't have free will. They didn't have the opportunity to choose to worship God and what is good. They didn't have the opportunity, free will, to choose what is good. Because we have free will. Because free will is the cause of what ego is the effect. Ego is an effect of free will, actually. And so our I am, our ego, this is where inspiration comes from. Ideas, imagination, intuition. That's why they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is actually inspired from within. That's why you can see a sunset or a flower, and you can say it's beautiful, but someone next to you may not see the beauty in it, right? So it's to ascribe beauty to something that otherwise is mundane. It's inspired from within. So this is the higher self. This is the I am. This is the I am consciousness that each individual has been developing in the evolution of our consciousness. We've been developing the intellectual capacities to even be able to comprehend and conceive the divinity that animates our anatomical bodies, right? The imperishable, inextinguishable, incorruptible living light, okay? So alchemy in the Kabbalion, written by 3 initiates, understanding alchemy, it's like a springboard for raising your vibration and ascension. So, but understanding that nothing's good or bad, everything is perfect, actually, and the universe operates in perfect harmony, perfect balance. It's only because we have laws unrecognized that we see things and say they're mysterious, or that's luck, or that's a synchronicity. It's only because there's laws, immutable laws, that we don't recognize yet, that it appears that way to us. But actually, the cosmos operates in perfect equilibrium, perfect balance, and perfect harmony. So alchemy is the Hermetic Rosacrucian science that is the bee's knees. So